supernatural entity generate Thunder's X-shaped appearance. Threat to humanity. An insatiable appetite. The Thunderbird holds a prominent place in the historical and cultural narratives of various North American indigenous communities. Revered as a supernatural entity embodying immense power and strength, it has left an indelible mark on the art, music, and oral traditions of numerous Pacific Northwest coast cultures. Its influence is not limited to this region alone, as variations of the Thunderbird can be found in the beliefs and stories of indigenous peoples from the American Southwest, the East Coast, the Great Lakes region, and the Great Plains. Welcome to the place where you'll find your perfect accommodation. If you're the owner of a hotel, motel, or a similar establishment, don't hesitate to reach out for a potential collaboration. In contemporary times, the Thunderbird has garnered attention as a cryptid of interest, joining the ranks of enigmatic creatures like Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster. According to legend, the Thunderbird is attributed with the extraordinary ability to generate thunder through the rhythmic flapping of its wings and summon lightning through the brilliant flash of its eyes. The myth and symbolism of the Thunderbird hold significant importance among Algonquian communities in the Northeast, encompassing eastern Canada and the northeastern United States. It's also an integral aspect of the cultural heritage of the Iroquois peoples residing in the regions surrounding the Great Lakes. Furthermore, the influence of Algonquian mythology extends to include Algonquian-speaking communities in the U.S. Midwest states bordering the Great Lakes, such as the Ojibwe in Minnesota. In this rich tapestry of folklore, the Thunderbird presides over the upper realm, while the underworld is under the dominion of the underwater panther or great horned serpent. To maintain this cosmic balance, the Thunderbird not only conjures thunder with its majestic wing flapping but also hurls lightning bolts, which it directs at the underworld's mystical creatures. In this cultural tradition, Thunderbirds are often represented with distinctive characteristics. They may be portrayed with outspread wings, forming a horizontal silhouette with the head seen in profile. Alternatively, it's not uncommon to depict them with the head facing forward, resulting in a distinctive X-shaped appearance. According to the Ojibwe rendition of the legend, these formidable creatures were brought into existence by Nanabozo with the purpose of confronting the underwater spirits. Additionally, the Thunderbirds assumed the role of enforcers, delivering retribution to those who transgressed moral codes. Their presence was closely associated with the changing seasons, as they resided in the four cardinal directions and joined the company of other birds during the springtime. When the most perilous period of the underwater spirits had passed, signifying the end of their reign, the Thunderbirds embarked on their southward migration as autumn descended. Among the Menominee of northern Wisconsin, a captivating tale unfolds of a colossal mountain suspended in the western heavens, serving as the celestial abode of the awe-inspiring Thunderbirds. These majestic beings hold sway over the elements, orchestrating rain and hail with their divine influence, and they derive great joy from epic battles and heroic exploits. Their valor knows no bounds, for they stand as valiant defenders against the formidable great horned snakes, known as the Mississippinubic. These venomous serpents, had it not been for the Thunderbirds, might have overrun the earth, posing a dire threat to humanity. In their vital role as emissaries of the great sun, the Thunderbirds bring messages from the highest celestial authority. The Thunderbird motif also finds resonance among Siouan-speaking peoples, a group that encompasses tribes traditionally dwelling in regions around the Great Lakes. According to Ho-Chunk tradition, a man who experiences a vision of the mighty Thunderbird during a solitary fast is destined to ascend to the esteemed position of a war chief among his people. In the records of ethnographer George Amos Dorsey, an intriguing story is transcribed from the Arikara people, aptly titled "The Boy Who Befriended the Thunderbirds and the Serpent." The narrative unfolds as it introduces us to a young boy named Antelope Carrier who stumbles upon a nest housing 4 fledgling Thunderbirds. The tale takes an adventurous turn when the mother of these celestial creatures approaches the human boy and reveals a looming threat: a fearsome two-headed serpent emerging from a nearby lake, driven by an insatiable appetite for the young Thunderbirds. In the artistic representations of the Algonquian people, the Thunderbird often assumes an X-shaped form, a distinctive symbol where its wings extend outwards from its body, and its head is positioned facing forward instead of in profile. This depiction, while sometimes stylized and simplified, holds significant cultural meaning. An ancient relic, a Midwiwin disc from the Ojibwe people dating back to 1250-1400 CE, bears the striking image of a headless X-shaped Thunderbird. An intriguing glimpse into the past can be found in an 18th-century manuscript, a daybook ledger penned by the grandson of Governor Matthew Mayhew. Within its pages, the representation of the Thunderbird varies, ranging from easily recognizable bird-like figures to more abstract incised X-shaped symbols, reflecting the evolving artistic interpretations of this revered creature. American science historian and folklorist Adrian Mayer, as well as British historian Tom Holland, have put forward a fascinating theory. They propose that the indigenous Thunderbird legends may have originated from the Native Americans' encounters with pterosaur fossils. However, it's essential to acknowledge the insights of tribal historians who have emphasized that, despite variations, the fundamental design elements of this motif within diverse tribal communities across the continent maintain a distinctive identity separate from that of the suggested prehistoric flying reptile. These include features such as eagle or raptor-like avian feathered wings and tail, as well as a markedly distinct head shape. There are some Pacific Northwest depictions that share more similarities with this prehistoric imagery, but the majority of representations remain unique to the Thunderbird folklore. Thunderbird is the name of an operator in the popular competitive shooter Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. The Ford Thunderbird took its name from the Thunderbird. In 1925, Aleuts were recorded as using the term to describe the Douglas World Cruiser aircraft which passed through Atka on the first aerial circumnavigation by a U.S. Army team the previous year. The Pokemon Zapdos is based on First Nations folklore surrounding the Thunderbird. The Thunderbird is part of the Harry Potter franchise, and plays a significant role in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Thunderbirds are the name used for the sports teams at Southern Utah University, in Cedar City, Utah. Thunderbirds are the name used for the sports teams at the University of British Columbia, Vancouver campus. It is the namesake of the Seattle Thunderbirds of the Western Hockey League, as well as being depicted in the team's logo. Thunderbird is a Bolliger and Mabillard launched wing coaster that opened at Holiday World and Splashin' Safari in Santa Claus, Indiana in 2015. The Thunderbird is a second-to-last boss in The Legend of Zelda 2, Link's Adventure. Mozilla Thunderbird is a free and open-source cross-platform email client. Thunderbird is the sixth track on the album The Spine by They Might Be Giants.